I think we're live. Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Hello.
Good to be here. Welcome back to another weekend hangout. We're going to be discussing a lot of stuff that happened this weekend, like a lot, right? We had four songs chosen, if
Yeah.
I recall correctly, as well as all the
Yes.
tons of semi-finals and other things that were happening. So we're going to jump right into it. Quick close to chat. Hello. Thank you guys for
Hello.
joining us tonight.
Hey.
Let us know what your favorite selection was, guys. Are you happy with the songs that were chosen? Did you enjoy them? I think we should start off with Friday evening. We were in Skopje. Was it Skopje?
Yeah, Skopje. You did it right. Yeah.
Thank you. To Sandra's home country. Yeah, and Circles was selected. And the artist's name I can't recall.
Andrea.
Can you recall? Andrea. I love how you
Yes.
pronounce that. In Ireland, it's like Andrea. That's so much nicer.
Yeah,
So
we
much
would
nicer.
say yeah.
And Sandra, you watched the selection. What did you make of it?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say that I think this type of selection for us should stay because I was introduced to 3 or 4 new artists that I had no idea existed. And they're young, they're fresh, I had no idea basically that we had such fresh artists in my country. I had absolutely no idea. And I've listened to their other music after I discovered them through this selection. And I think they are promising, up and coming artists. So I'm glad this competition introduced me to them. And I think we should keep this selection that we made, this national final, for future years, because I think what we are sending this year is much better than previous years, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. And do you usually have selections? I can't recall.
We've had, the last one we had was 2015. I mean, the song that we chose that then was not super current and fresh, but as now. But yeah, I mean, this time it was I think it was a good thing to do this year, this selection.
Mm-hmm. So you think it's been an improvement on what you've had before?
I definitely think so. Like, no matter, like, it doesn't matter if we have a good result or not. Basically, it created some excitement. There was buzz. Like, people were like, "Oh, I want this song to go. I want that song to go." Like, it created some participation from the audience, because the audience in Macedonia, I feel like, was dormant for a long time. Like, they didn't feel like they were part of this thing at all. There was not much interest, and this small competition, a small selection, and including them in the voting process really created a feeling as though it's going to be their representative. So I think it was a good decision on the broadcaster's part.
That's great. I know, like, personally, as a Eurovision fan, I just think the more selections, the better. Like, you get more music, you get to see more of the country.
Yeah, exactly.
It's win-win, isn't it?
Exactly. I mean, just as Eurovision fans, of course, we love little national finals, and get meeting new artists from those countries, and seeing what all they can offer from that country, rather than just a song coming out of nowhere. So I thought, I think, I mean, it's low budget enough that the broadcaster can afford it because they don't have a lot of money. So it wasn't very expensive. They had those lyric videos, and that's enough to get people involved. Maybe they could have done like small studio live versions, sort of thing, like Czech Republic, that's also doesn't seem like very high production, very expensive, but it's good enough. So yeah, this is the right direction for our broadcaster, I think, and I hope they keep it. I really do.
That's great. Well, let's check in with the chat and see what everybody's saying. Laurie thinks that your country, Sandra, has sent the best song out of the 6 entries. And they
I
also
agree.
say we love her song and her voice is deep and amazing. That's a nice thing to say. Somebody else thinks that Victor should have won and that North Macedonia will stay in the semi.
Well, a lot of, I would say like 50% of the people found that song as a joke entry. So I'm not sure if that's,
Is that the
I'm
Superman
not sure.
song?
Is
that
yes,
the
that's
Superman song?
Yeah, that's the Superman song. I mean, I'm not sure if the message behind it was very European. And I'm not sure I agree with you. I'm sorry.
It's very diplomatic of you, Sandra.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, that Superman song was like all over Twitter. It was like really
Yeah.
It was really viral. Yeah, it was kind of funny, but
Yeah.
In terms of what you're saying, Sandra, about like going in the right direction, it's probably better, in my opinion, maybe that they didn't select it.
Yeah.
Kevin thinks Circles is a solid song. I would say that's a good way to describe it. Like it's a solid song.
Yeah, it's a solid. It's like it needs more work. It's like they sent a demo version, and I'm sure it needs to be more produced, and like I don't know the right terms for it, but like it needs to be worked on for sure. But it doesn't even matter to me because I think it's important for her to have fun and deliver a good performance. The result is, I'm not going to focus on that much because I'm happy with her, and I'm happy with the attitude she's bringing. We are passionate people. She has a passionate demeanor, and I feel represented by her.
That's good. So that's what's most important sometimes, I think, the representation. Yeah. Awesome. Well, that's North Macedonia selected. I can't even remember what semi-final you're in. But hopefully, I mean, if she does make the final, great. If not, she's still a good representative. So, and David says, not gonna lie, love Macedonia. Brilliant. That is what we like to hear. Well, moving from, sorry, Sandra. Go ahead. Oh, maybe she's having tech difficulties.
Hello? Yeah, I'm having technical issues. Did you ask me something?
No. I was just saying, moving from Sandra's country to my country, we both had selections on Friday evening, Eurosong. I don't know, was it Za Evrosong in Za Evrosong in North Macedonia. In Ireland, we simply called it Eurosong, and it was on the Late Late Show, of course, the classic Late Late Show. Yes, I watched this actually with a group of other Irish fans, and it was interesting to say the least. I mean, I had pretty low expectations. I'm not going to lie, in terms of what we were going to produce, I had pretty low expectations. In terms of what we were going to choose, there was a huge hype and buzz behind Brooke, for myself included, and I'm really relieved that she won. I don't think we had any Eurovision winning songs or near any Eurovision winning songs in our selection. I think it's fair to say. But in terms of kind of what Sandra was saying in terms of feeling represented and, being proud of what we were sounding, I think Brooke was definitely the best option, the more contemporary choice. She's an amazing person too, like so likable. She's really enthusiastic about this whole thing. She was giving interviews like up and down the country, like going crazy for the PR, like talking about how much she wants to do it. You can tell she's actually a fan, like she loves Måneskin, all this kind of thing. Like she just, she represents a young, modern Ireland, which we just kind of haven't really had really at all in recent times. So I think it's good. I think it's a good choice. Tony, did you get to see our song at all? What do
I
you think?
didn't see the entire selection on Friday, but I listened to the songs and I thought That's Rich was the best song by far actually, or Brandon's
Yeah.
song because I just like his voice. I really like his voice and the way he sings. But other than that, yeah, because he came last, if I am correct,
Mhm.
which is sad in my opinion because I really like how he sings. But she was a clear winner to me. Like just from the start when I heard the song, when yeah, she was just a winner to me. As you said, it's now. It's like a current song that you can hear on the radio. The only thing I'm kind of scared for is like, is it a Eurovision song? Like not every song,
Mm.
obviously, it's a music competition, and not everything should be super high competitive. But I don't know how it will translate on a stage. That's the only thing I'm worried about because it's
Mhm.
very radio friendly, but like that's where it goes for me at the moment. But I like
Mhm.
it. I really, really like it actually.
Yeah, I totally see what you mean. I think when you actually look at the selection that we had of all the competitors, she had very little staging. She had choreo
Yeah.
and she had two dancers. Um, but they really scaled it back. And she said in an interview that I saw that they were scaling it back largely just because of the constraints of that studio
Hmm.
and how kind of poor it is size wise, etc.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting to see what she pulls out of the bag in Turin. I know she definitely has a vision in her head of like slumber party
Yeah.
vibes. Like it's a breakup song, so she wants it to be girly, she wants it to be fun, um, kind of glam. This kind of like fluffy
Yeah.
slippers,
I
pajamas.
love that. I love
New new
if she
rules,
does
Dua
that,
Lipa.
I'm all there for it. I love that. I really
Yeah,
like that.
New Rules, Dua Lipa, like the music video, and she's with all the girls at the slumber
Oh,
party, and they go
that's
to the pool.
amazing.
I feel like it's that sort of theme, and I think that works as well with the song.
Yeah.
And she's really fun, like she's really young. And Sandra, your cat is on your head.
Yeah, he's he really wants attention, so he's camera ready always.
Welcome to the live stream. Um, yeah, no, I'm happy. I mean, the selection wasn't as terrible as I thought it was going to be. I was already like apologizing to people in advance, being like, "I'm so sorry if you watch this. It's going to be so bad. I'm so embarrassed." But really, it was pretty okay. I would say the voting was strange.
Yeah, like did they give the points or did they just announce that she won? Like I didn't watch it, so I didn't know how it went. Like did they give her points? Like did she win by far or did
So
she?
the way it turned out was we had a Irish jury, but they were also like the studio panel.
Yeah.
So the Irish jury were like commenting on each song as the show went on, which I just thought was strange. I don't know why you
Hmm.
would. Fair enough if you have maybe a panel that are separate to the jury, but I just thought it was strange that they were commenting throughout the show. I didn't see what the point was, especially because they just were saying everything was great when it clearly wasn't. It's like, come on, be honest. Like, like at one stage, Paul Harrington compared, like, there was a good singer in selection, but he started talking about Adele, and I was like, come on, like,
Oh.
did you just think of the first female vocalist that came, like things like
Mm.
that. I was just like, But yeah, we had a third Irish jury, we had a third international jury, and one third public vote. So Brooke stormed the international jury and the televote, like
Oh, that's good.
landslided them.
That's cool.
But the Irish jury put her second last. um, and
Oh
I
my
think
God.
everybody was really confused. Like you could hear the audience kind of gasp, being like, "What? Second to last?" Um, but thankfully, she did win by a good few points, thanks to her strong kind of vote in the
Hmm.
international and the public vote. And I know the public in particular were super behind her. So that's always good when the public vote decides this, I think.
Yeah.
Mm.
Um, similar to what Sandra was saying, it just gives everybody a bit more ownership of the song if people have
Mm.
invested and voted for it.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully that means more Irish people will follow her this year than we have with our internal selections. Um, yeah, so really, there's only positives to be gained, actually, I think, from having Eurosong. I do hope, like, the late format has been shown up again. So I just hope if we do a national selection again. It's not on the Late Late. Like we just know at this stage that it's not a good format. So I don't know why they keep going back to it. But anyway, it's Ireland. We're always kind of a few years behind, I think, with a lot of things. Let's check in with the chat. People have quite a lot to say about Brooke's song. So yes, we are in the second half of the second semi, which is good actually. Hopefully we have a good chance of qualifying if possible. And that's right, UK and Australia are voting, which is very, very helpful for us. Somebody saying Brooke will be a shock qualifier. Brooke was Ireland's best option, but she'll have to slave the choreo. That's fair. I would agree with that. I also think it's a very catchy song. Laurie thinks they did a great job, chose the best song, and a good staging. I think her staging's only going to improve, and I think it needs to. So fingers crossed. Hello, Kevin. How are you? Glad we picked the song to give us the best chance of doing well. Totally agree with that. A bit of a revamp, yeah, perhaps. I think maybe the last minute of the song maybe just needs more oomph. Somebody's saying Brooke has to bring the full bedroom with the bed and everything. I mean, why not? Why not?
Who did you said the from what I could hear, I had some internet problems. You said the Irish jury put her next to last, right?
Mm-hmm.
And who did they put as first?
Janet Rogan. I don't know if you heard her song "Ashes of Yesterday." It was a
yes.
bit like
it's a ballad, yeah,
song kind of, but like a Mama's reject song is how I would describe it. Like the Mamas wouldn't take that. The Mamas would take a better song.
Right.
They're kind of like the like everybody want to move like us, like that kind of, except not quite as upbeat. Yeah, it was strange. I don't understand why. Maybe it was because of the Adele comment that Paul Harrington made. I don't know. It was strange. It was strange. I was so worried Brooke wasn't going to do well after the Irish jury points. Yeah, totally.
Do you think it was a sabotage to put her next to last? Like, they knew it was going to do well?
Maybe. There was 4 jury members, and honestly, they just need to scrap it. Like, it was just, their decisions were strange. Like, if you look at the international jury and the public vote were not too different from each other.
Right.
But the Irish jury was just like totally confusing. And I also think 4 people is not enough people for a jury, because if one person puts someone last, like that just pulls them right down. If the other 3 people have them first or second. I mean, I think it's hard to look at that selection of 6 songs and put Brooke in the bottom half. Like, in what world is she in the bottom half of those other songs we had? I don't know. Ben saying that Brooke needs staging and styling. It's still a pop banger. Yeah, and I think most of the improvements that can be made are quite easy ones. So, that's good. She's so invested too, Brooke is. Like, she's just so she's so clued in. She's done her research. She knows what she wants. She's really strong-willed. So she'll be good. I'm really happy. I'm really, really happy that she's going for us. So, Brooke, we're wishing you the best of luck for May. And do you know what? As well, all I can think of is I just can't wait to hopefully get her on Eurovision Hub to do an interview and to get her and Mihal together, because she's from the same city as Mihal, and I just know they are going to be great friends.
Oh my god, I love that.
I just need the 2 of them here with the same accents having the crack. They'll be so good. So that's Rich. That's Brooke. Moving on then, we're going to talk about the XFactor in Israel. Now, Toni, you have a good insight into this one, right? I didn't see the full show myself. I have seen the results. What did you think?
I mean, I have a very strong opinion of the entire show this year, because I loved the format in the beginning. Like, I loved the XFactor thing. it was amazing. Like the covers they brought some. They had a night where they covered like Eurovision songs, and then they revamped them. Like there was my number one revamp, and I loved it and stuff like that. But I feel like the format is, in a way, very anticlimactic because I thought that like the big favorite was like Sapir to win, and then she got two songs which were literally like all the songs in my opinion, like all the 8 songs the people got were not up their alley. Like they had way more potential, and I feel like they wouldn't have selected the songs themselves. I don't think they had a say in them either, which is just sad because also I don't like 2 songs for one person format because, for example, in the I think it was on Thursday, I mean, um, there was every song got selected per person, and Inbal, she had like Zaza and Marionette was taken for her, and I think like she brought it very well, but you could see on her face that she was kind of disappointed. And same one with like Ali, he got Blinded Dreamers, which is also he performed it very well. It's actually one of my favorite songs of the selection, but you could tell he didn't want that song to win, which is just so sad because that's why I don't like it when they get more songs per person. Like just let them choose. Like give them a bunch of songs, let them think about, okay, this is my song, this is what I like to sing, so I'm gonna bring that. Like let them bring what they want to bring, their personality.
And their performance is going to be better if they're happy, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And for example, my clear win was for me Sapri Saban. Like she had Haddock, which was amazing in my opinion, only they needed some tweaks to tone it down a bit. It was too much of and then breaking my walls, or breaking my 4 walls, which I like, but then again I feel like she loves singing Hebrew. She's one of the people who sang in Hebrew during X Factor a lot, and they didn't give her, like barely give her any Hebrew lyrics, which is so sad because I just know she would have loved that.
That's a
in a
shame.
way. So it's really sad they don't give I feel like they didn't give the artists any input, which is saddens me because all of them, like all 4 of them, have amazing potential, and it just didn't come across that way, in my opinion, which is just sad. And then the winning song.
I was about to ask you.
Well, he is a good performer. He knows how to be on stage, and I like him. I like his personality. He's very quirky. He's very fun. He had some hate I saw on Twitter already, and like on Instagram. He got a lot of hate from people in Israel as well, which I think he does not deserve because he seems like such a sweet person, and he had some backlash from a lot of people, and like rude comments because he's quite feminine, and some people in Israel don't like that. So I feel like just tone it down a bit and don't take your frustrations out against him. But the song, I don't know, it sounds like like a RuPaul reject or something.
I literally just saw that in the chat, and I've seen people saying that on Twitter. I mean, I don't watch it, so can you tell us why people are saying that?
Just like the lyrics, it's like, I'm gonna take the crown, and it's something like they would sing in a RuPaul song, like the drag queens would sing like, I'm gonna take the crown and I'm gonna win this show. It's just very corny in a way, and just yeah, I mean, it would be good for, oh my god, I don't want to be rude, but it would be good for like for RuPaul's Drag Race. It would be a nice song, but I feel like it's not, the lyrics they make me cringe. Like you can have fun lyrics or empowering lyrics, but this is just
too in your face, right? This is just one of those songs. There's always a few that you listen to once, and then the next time you listen to is on the night, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I think the worst things of the song, like, because obviously lyrics count, but like instrumental counts as well, and I liked it. I like the beat in the music. Like it's something, so it's just dance music, and I like it. It's it's okay like produced and stuff like that. The ethnic break as well, I love that. On stage it's brought well, nice. It's brought well as well, nice as well. But I feel like the lyrics just totally bring it down and it make it very cringe. Yeah, which is sad because he's such like an amazing person and an amazing performer as well. But just no, I don't feel it. I don't feel it. And I think they might not even. I don't. I don't know, but I don't think they might qualify. I think they might stay in the semifinal, maybe. I don't know. It will depend on staging. I feel if he brings like.
Are they semi-final too?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Depends,
all
yeah.
3 songs that we are discussing today are in the same semifinal then.
Yeah, I think
Oh my God.
Ireland and North Macedonia are the same half. I wonder if is Israel the same half. I don't
Israel
have it
is
in front
first
of me.
half. First half in my,
okay.
yeah.
I could see this opening a semi-final actually.
Yeah.
You know, because it's got the party kind of.
True.
You know what my thought was though? Like I've only seen the performance maybe twice, and just clips on Twitter. I don't even think I've seen the full thing, but I can see why a lot of fans aren't into it, and like are maybe cringed by the lyrics or find the performance too much. But I kind of think that the more local viewer would enjoy this, you know?
Yeah, that I agree with.
think
Yeah,
it could
because they
have
only
some
see it
appeal.
once as well. They
Yeah.
see it.
It's very fabulous. Like, it's very fun. I could imagine like watching the show with my friends and having a few drinks, and they'd be like, "Oh, that guy's fun," you know?
Yeah.
He's dancing. Like, you know, I could see it. It's not a winner by any means, but I don't know if it would. I don't know if it would do terribly in Eurovision. I don't know.
I get where you're coming from actually. Yeah. I understand. It's just a bummer because I was hyping up. You guys know I was hyping up Serbia like the entire season. I was like, she is going to win. She's going to Eurovision. And I was just so sad because, yeah, the way she sings everything, the way like she can sing in Hebrew, like every one of them could sing in Hebrew, but she just sounds so beautiful in Hebrew, and then she can sing in Turkish as well. And I was so sad because the last cover she brought before the finals was like a mix of an Israeli song and a Turkish song, and I was living. I was like, okay, she needs to do something similar and bring this to Eurovision, and then the songs got released. So sad, really sad.
Yeah. Well, Israel has chosen, and semi-final 2 is starting to fill up.
Yeah,
it really is. One country which is not going to be in semi-final 2, because not only is it one of the big 5, it is also the host country of Eurovision 2022. And I don't know if everybody has noticed on the channel, but our lovely, beautiful rebrand, our graphics, that lovely green, white, and red, of course, it's all for Italy. We're talking about Italy. And the wonderful Sanremo was on all week. And guys, it was just such a treat to watch. I just love watching Sanremo.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of the only marathons I will probably ever do in my life. Honestly. Honestly, it was an excellent show, wasn't it?
Yeah, oh my God, I enjoyed every single bit of it. Like, even the intervals, it's like, with our national finals, I watch, it's like, okay, an interval, I'm gonna take a drink, I'm gonna take a snack. No, like Sanremo, I have to keep watching, I have to keep enjoying the show. I love it so much. Yeah, I adore it. Really.
Even when they're like talking in between songs for like 20 minutes at a time, and
it's like, I don't know what they're saying, but
no idea. But I'm just like, it's so fun to see energy
exactly.
or something. You know, it's a universal language that you don't have to understand every single word. But also this year, just being able to follow along on Twitter, I found was great because there were a couple of Italian people I happened to follow who were translating things, and I was like, thank you so much, because otherwise I would have no idea what's happening other than the music. Maybe I should have started learning Italian a few years ago when I could see how well Italy was doing in Eurovision to prep myself to watch Sanremo and to watch all the things. But yeah, like, what did you guys make? Are you happy with the winner, Mahmoud, again, and with Blanco this time? And they've confirmed Eurovision.
I am gonna show you something.
Me too. Hold on. Me too.
Same.
Me too.
Same.
So that's just what I'm gonna say at the moment. Yeah. So of course, their entry is great. It always is. Um, and sometimes, most of the time it's winning material. Most of the time,
Yeah.
like these last 10 years,
Mhm.
there's not one entry that I'm like, nah, I don't think so.
They've been robbed a few times, easily.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he was my winner in 2019. Um, and I'm so glad he's back. The first moment I heard the song, and I was like, yeah, this is this is the one. This is the one. And sorry, it got darker for a second. So Italy always delivers. Never doubted them. Depending on how this year goes, um, we may have a double Italy win. Yeah.
If any country's going to do it,
Yeah, it's
Italy is
them. Like,
probably
and
the one,
they
yeah.
would deserve it. They would deserve it totally.
That song, I think, is like laced with something because it's so addictive. Like, even like I was out maybe an hour ago and I was driving and I was playing it in the car and it's still been on loop in my head. Like, even the whole time we've been talking, like brevity, brevity has just been in my head. I don't know, like the harmonies are just stunning. And for me, I always really liked Mahmood as an artist, but actually I'm really happy to have discovered Blanco because his voice in particular is actually the standout for me in the song. Just the tone of his voice is really unique. It's really beautiful.
The harmony of them as well, like the way they sing together, their voices, it's amazing. They just, you can feel they really know each other and they're not just, okay, we're gonna collab as artists. Like, they know each other as people, and that's why they sing so beautifully together. It's awesome.
And even the performance, if there's something so unique in the idea of having a duet of two males, but they're singing, it's a love song, but they're not singing it either to each other. So it's kind of a monologue yet also a dialogue at the same time. They're singing together but also not together.
It's like they're
really layers.
speaking to each other about their love lives in a way.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, and there's an age gap there too, like, not that that's a major deal, but it's kind of, it's like a older brother, younger brother, or like this kind of friend, this close friendship, as you said, Toni. Like, you can tell that they have a relationship, they have a friendship, and you can't, that chemistry they have is organic. You can't force something like that in a performance.
Exactly.
And they just have it. It's just beautiful, and the crowd are going to go crazy for this in Turin. The home crowd, Mahmood and Blanco.
Because it was kind of like from night one when the press voted and they were on one, I was like, okay, they won. They just won. I just, like, from that, this is, like, I think the clearest winner Sanremo has had in years, because have they left?
They've won every section.
Yeah.
Every section, and the televote was a landslide.
Yeah, they won with 51% from everything. That's insane.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a clear difference between his song and everybody else's song, in my opinion. Like, it was Mahmood's song and then 10 empty places and then the rest, to me.
I mean, that I wouldn't say, because honestly, I thought, ciao ciao, like, I love that song with a passion. That was my winner.
It was so fun.
Oh my god, it was my personal winner, because it thought, like, do you guys know what it's about, actually?
Yeah, the apocalypse,
it's like,
right?
It's about the end of the world, but it's like they're saying bye-bye. They're like having fun about it, but in a way as well, they want to bring a message about we should know, like, we should take care of the earth and know what we're doing, because we are causing the apocalypse in a way, which I liked. But they bring it in a fun way and, like, adding some spice to it. So they were my personal winner, and seeing them ending up not even in top 5 kind of broke my heart because yeah, kind of, but it's fine. Um, but in general, I'm really happy with like the result. Like Brividi, like I love that. I'm really happy for them. But in general, I think it was like an amazing year. I think it was one of the strongest years. I mean, like last year there was like a strong top in my opinion, like a strong top five and stuff. But this year it was overall really good in my opinion. Like Emma was there. Her song was so good, even though I'm not really a fan of her voice, but she's amazing. Like the song was
And
really
she was with
nice.
Francesca. Francesca
Yeah,
was conducting. That was really
I was
special.
obsessed. Like I just saw Francesca and I was like almost about to jump through my screen. Ugh, it was amazing. Yeah, their
And their
duet as
hug was
well.
so sweet. Yeah, and
Yeah,
Brittany.
the Britney song. I was like, oh my god,
Yeah,
I was living for that.
it was so good. It was so good. There's a lot of interesting comments here in the chat. Yes, I agree. The fact that Mahmood has managed to win Sanremo twice in 5 years is super impressive. I mean,
Yeah,
the biggest
the way
show
as
in
well.
Italy.
Like his
Yeah.
first time, he had a lot of like during a competition, a lot of backlash because of its background, being like
Mhm.
Egyptian and stuff like that. Egyptian, right? Yeah, I
Mm.
think so. And he had a lot of backlash from people in Italy, like a lot of like racist comments and stuff like that. And this
Mhm.
year, he won the televote like landsliding, which is just is so. It just feels so empowering to see that happen,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
he's come a long way, and the public has come a long way too, it seems.
Yeah,
And
because
he's really accepted and celebrated.
what I like about Sanremo the last years, I've always loved Sanremo. I've always watched it and I've always liked it. But ever since he brought Soldi, I feel like something has shifted there, and
Hmm.
they're way more like newer artists, younger artists, way more like songs that are way more out of the box and stuff like that.
Experimental.
Yeah,
Mm.
exactly. And that's what I just love about like he brought kind of like a small revolution to Sanremo, and that's just
Mm.
I really like that.
I think he brought Måneskin, like
Yeah,
essentially, like he kind of paved the way for
yeah,
a
exactly.
Måneskin win. Yeah.
Exactly, you're
Mhm.
right.
Totally. And it just shows, and I saw a lot of people talking about this last night and throughout the week. I mean, if we're looking at Eurovision, obviously we're here to talk about Eurovision. Um, really in an ideal world, every single country should be sending just their best artist and their best song of the year,
Hmm.
and that's what Italy does. I mean, Sanremo is like the biggest week of the year. It's a huge thing for them, and
Yeah,
Eurovision's almost like this side thing that like happens a few months afterwards. Even the fact that it's optional for the winner to
yeah.
go or not
But
to
it's
go, and
also
the fact
kind of
that
what
it's
I
capturing
like.
artists. Yeah,
It's what I like about it as well because they make a song that's theirs. It's not
yeah.
fabricated for Eurovision. It's not like, oh, we're
Mm.
gonna make a
There's
Eurovision
no
song. No, it's like we're
formula.
gonna make a song how
Yeah,
we want to do it, and and we will see where it goes. And
And
then
that's what they do well. That's what they
yeah,
do well.
exactly.
I mean, it's not surprise, no surprise, not a surprise that happens.
hmm
Exactly.
and shout out to Brividi. I've seen somebody point out for being not only global top 10, it's actually been in the global top 5
Yeah,
on
it's
Spotify,
insane.
which is just like amazing. I think it's the highest debut for an Italian song ever. I read
Oh my
it's
God.
it's insane. Um, really, really amazing. Really, really amazing. And I know it's lots of people's winners. Beautiful bridge in Brividi, Jake is
Hmm.
saying, and a very strong viewership for Sanremo as well. There's some love for Irama, Matteo, and other people in the chat. I also loved Elisa's song. She came in second place. That was
Oh
so
my God,
pretty.
that song.
It
Oh,
was
I loved it.
beautiful. Yeah.
The way she sings is just so it just I get good goosebumps. I can't it's insane. The way she sings, the way she tells a story. Wow. It's so
She
beautiful.
believes every word, it's
Yeah, exactly.
not
She's just
it's
so
not just singing a song, it's telling a story.
yeah, yeah. She's so much fun as well. Like I follow her on social media as well, and she's so funny. She's yeah, it's like she's just yeah, she brings a like more serious, like soft ballad, but she is a really funny, dorky person, which is like the contrast. I love that.
Oh, we love to see it. We do love to see it. I also loved Fabrizio Moro's song. I thought that was really nice.
Yeah.
There was great options in there.
And Gianni, like, don't forget Gianni.
I'm sorry, I don't understand how he got top 3. Like how?
I the thing is, I don't even want to understand how he got top 3. I'm so happy for him. I am just genuinely. He looks so, like I want to be like that in 50 years. I want to be like him. I want to be like him.
Say that too.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Well, I mean, as we said, back-to-back Italy wins. Are we all on board? I think so.
You know,
I don't know.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind it. Yeah.
I've had this conversation with a friend before. I feel like if there's going to be a lot of like poppy songs, yeah, it can definitely happen. But if there's going to be a lot of ballads, if France is going to send something like last year, not exactly the same, but like something in the same trend like last year, there's going to be a battle, you know? They might cancel out each other, even though they're still beautiful songs. But if it's going to be a lot of pop songs and very or electronic songs, then yeah, they could definitely still win. Definitely, I think. Especially with that live performance. Like, I love the studio version, but live, it's just something that, yeah, goes way higher for me.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing, at the start of the week, when I saw all the Sanremo performances first, I watched them Monday and Tuesday, like, with a fine-tooth comb, because I didn't want to miss anything. And Brividi, for me, had my, like, biggest reaction on first watch. And then Ciao Ciao, I was actually, like, a little bit disappointed because I loved Amare last year. Like, I really loved Amare.
Yeah. It was
so
my winner, yeah.
And the lives just didn't hit for Ciao Ciao. But then once the studios dropped, I kind of was on the Ciao Ciao train. I was like, I loved it. But I mean, Brividi is back up there, and I do think like the live is just so powerful.
Yeah.
And as we spoke about the chemistry, I mean, it's a certain top 5. I would put anything on that, like
that definitely.
No, it's gonna get top 5. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't think. I mean, I don't think it's a bold statement to say that it's gonna be top 5.
Yeah. Oh, that's. I don't even have to wait for other entries to know that. Plus, I mean, the European public knows him, and
he toured a bit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Soldi was very popular. Soldi was very, very popular at the time in Macedonia. It was playing in clubs.
Sorry.
Sorry,
he's gonna postpone his. Yeah, sorry. He's gonna postpone his European tour again, and I was going to it, so I'm not ready for that. I was like, if he wins, he's gonna postpone again, and I don't want that to happen. But it's gonna happen. It's fine. I will go after it, or maybe in Turin.
It's so awesome. It's so awesome, and like just Italy in general. Them coming back in 2011 is arguably one of the best things to happen this entry to Eurovision. I mean,
the thing is, I don't even know if I would be such. I mean, I love a lot of countries, but I don't know. Like, I joined Twitter, and eventually through Twitter, kind of got my way to Eurovision Hub, and I don't think that would have happened if it weren't for Italy. Because I came to like a Eurofan Twitter because of Soldi. That's the only reason. So I don't think I would have been such like a big fan. I mean, I'm still a fan. Like, I've been a fan since 2010, whatever, like 2010 and stuff like that, when I was like 11 years old. But I don't know if it was the same thing, like if it weren't for Italy. I don't know.
I mean, Soldi, you know, it was the beginning of a new age, like, you know, Eurovision being taken seriously again.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Because Soldi was a European hit. Like, it was all over the place. Like, I could hear it everywhere. And especially
2019, Soldi and Arcade, like 2 masterpieces with top 3.
Right, right. And after that year, I think nobody can say, "Oh, Eurovision." Like,
exactly,
no, you can't say that. I mean, Arcade was all over the place. You know, was successful in the United States as well. Måneskin, I don't even have.
Måneskin have cemented it. Like,
they're gone.
They're
gone.
Yeah,
they're gone. and you can't in your right mind say that Eurovision is not a serious platform for serious artists. Like you can't tell me that. You can't tell me that. Not anymore. Like it. Not anymore. You can't say that. Like maybe in the not, how do you call them, naughties? Yeah, maybe you can say that, but not anymore. Not anymore.
I always think as well, like when you look at the trajectory of the contest, say over even the last 20 years, like yeah, the naughties. Not gonna lie, I love some of the silly joke stuff from the naughties, but like it had its time. But then we got to a stage where it was like Sweden were on the up and up, and like arguably still are in their own way. But like I think Italy coming in is just excellent because you know you've got kind of the two sides of the coin. They're without a doubt the two powerhouses of the contest, right? Like Sweden and Italy, surely. But they're both very different, and they're both great in their own respective ways. But I think, you know, when you look across the contest, like Sweden has without a doubt had a major impact on Nordic countries. You know, they're quite like voting wise, they're close to Australia. Ireland and UK just seems to have always looked to and aspired to the Scandies, but it doesn't work for us because we're too different to the Scandies, and that's an issue we've had year in, year out, that we're not looking to our own sound, we're looking to what others are doing. I think without doubt Italy has had an amazing impact on like the Mediterranean part of Europe. You know, like when you look at France has really started having its own renaissance, and I think you have to attribute the success of Benidorm Fest to what Sanremo's been doing. Spanish people love Sanremo and they really look up to it, I would say. And I mean, yeah, look, Benidorm Fest has had its issues and stuff this year in voting, and there's been a bit of backlash and whatever else. But at the end of the day, they're still sending a good entry, and the fact that they had
and it was amazing. It was an amazing thing to happen.
Yeah,
the
totally.
show was good. Yeah,
they can only build on it in Spain, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at all the corners in the areas of Europe, and I'm going, who, like Ireland and UK, our only hope is for one of us to do well, for the other one to like wake up, you know, because even Belgium's been like relatively good, and even still Ireland and UK are just asleep. I'm like, wake up, like come on, like I don't know, like I was listening to the radio the other day and they played one of our Eurosong entries. And directly afterwards, and this is like one of our biggest radio stations, they have a segment called Ireland's Rising Stars. And they were like, oh yeah, and here's our Ireland's Rising Stars competition. This artist, this artist, this artist. And like all these super, really cool up and coming artists in Ireland. And I'm like, why is that not what we're doing? Like, it's literally, we have it, but we just don't use it. So, I mean, looking at the banner at the bottom of our screen, I think it's probably fair to say its favorite song of the four selected this weekend, mine would have to be Brivity. And I think the best selection, if you can call it a selection, because it's
not
its own show, but
Sanremo
was my favorite show of the week.
I enjoy watching it.
I have a feeling you guys are the same.
Oh yeah. I'm always excited about Italy, and they never disappoint. I mean, you know, Eurovision for them is an afterthought. Like they're really picking the best Italian song, and you know, and that's what they're coming in with, you know, to Eurovision. It's not about a national selection for Eurovision. Sorry if you can hear background noise. My cat is going crazy right now. So yeah, I mean, it's really the best Italian song, you know, for Italians, and that's what they're offering.
Yeah,
basically.
It's the best song, but like I feel like they could have sent any song of their top 10 in Sanremo this year, and I would have eaten it up. I would have loved it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, exactly. For the like, this is a competition between the best Italian songs. Like they are really coming in with their best. Whereas other maybe countries in Eurovision are not. Maybe they just go with some mediocre, you know, songs, and like Eurovision songs. Like,
what is a Eurovision song?
I don't know. I keep hearing this, but I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Like, you can't take like Måneskin and Salvador and Jamala and be like, they're such Eurovision songs. It's like they're all so different. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know.
And the thing is,
I don't know.
all of them kind of weren't Eurovision songs.
Yeah, exactly.
In a way, all of the winners, like apart from Nata, like apart from like all of the other winners from the past few years, weren't really like Eurovision songs. Arcade, arguably, but it was a nice ballad, and you could hear it. I feel like people produce ballads like that in the Netherlands, period. So it's yeah, you have to send like a song that represents your country and not a Eurovision song to win. And I feel like that's a lot of like problems with people, like with a lot of countries. Yeah.
I have one question for you guys. Now that we talked about these national finals, and like, what are you most excited about right now coming out?
Oh
like
my God.
coming up to like in national finals.
Coming
season?
up, national finals or a country. You know, I was excited about Italy because Italy is one of my favorite countries. But like, have you heard any snippet, any announcement about any country, and you're like, ooh, I can't wait for that?
You know what I'm excited about, and this weekend's still a little bit on my mind. The Melody Festival semi-final last night. I absolutely love Cornelia's song, and she's gone direct to now, and it's a really, really beautiful ballad, really, really beautiful, and it would be really different for Sweden. I think, you know, Sweden's been starting to struggle. I wouldn't say struggle. I think they haven't been on as much of maybe a winning streak. There was a couple of years there where like Sweden were a threat to win every year.
They've plateaued, basically.
They have a little bit, yeah. They've reached their peak, and maybe they're facing down the other side of the peak. Still nothing wrong with what they're sending or what they're doing necessarily. But I do think if they were to send Cornelia to Eurovision, I think it would be really, really something different for Sweden. I think it would be maybe a little bit more genuine, a little bit more from the heart than what we've been seeing from them. I really, really love her performance. So I'm very excited that she's made it directly to the final. I did not expect her to. So that's a really good sign. And the press are really behind her at Melfest. So that's brilliant. So I'm quite excited now for that final because I'm rooting for her. And I think I'm going to be disappointed if she doesn't go. I mean, look, I haven't heard the rest of the songs yet, of course. None of us have. For the rest of Melody Festival, but like I have a bit of hype in me now just from seeing that last night.
What about you, Toni?
I'm more like for Vidbir, Ukraine. I'm so excited. There's two songs I absolutely like.
I do know one of them. I do know one of them.
I really like the Alina Pasher song. It's good. I like it, even though I think it should be entirely in Ukrainian. And then like the song Stefania.
I heard the snippet and like 2 seconds and I was like, call off Eurovision. Close it down. Okay, we're going home. Bye.
Yeah.
See you in Kiev next year.
It's just something that I personally really love, but there's rap in it as well, which I don't know if it will translate as well to some people. But I love it.
Listened to that like their songs from the artists, and they have really, really interesting sound, and I'm really excited to hear the rest of the song, and I really hope that they send that because it's great. I mean, otherwise, I'm just happy I learned about this artist.
Exactly.
So. And another thing I'm excited about. Oh, sorry, you didn't.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You were talking about.
No, I was going to talk about like 2 other countries. So
yeah, go ahead. Yeah, tell me.
Like Armenia, I'm really excited for. But just like Armenia, and then
are there any news about that, or just
like there's a national final, but like internal in a way. It's like an internal selection, something. Like they're narrowing down. Like Athena is back, and then some other people. But I'm really excited
back?
for Athena. Yeah, she's in the running.
Oh, great!
Or that was like a rumor I believed, and I was like, oh, but I think she's back. Like it might have been like a stupid rumor, but it looked pretty official.
I feel sorry for her, you know, with 2020.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then Greece. I don't know, but I feel like they might deliver this year. Like I really like the artist. Like she really has and she has a nice voice as well. And they're gonna send a ballot, but I feel like it will be good. I don't know why, but I feel like they're gonna do something great. I hope so. Then, yeah.
Greece is another country who kind of plateaued, like quicker maybe
Yeah.
than Sweden hasn't necessarily, but like they had like a non-qualifier and stuff, and you know, I remember Stephanie last year just really wanted to get a top 10 for Greece to kind of pull them back up, and I know there was great hype in Greece after Stephanie did pretty well, so I feel like they're going to want to build on that, you know.
Yeah. But I the thing I like, I'm not trying to like bash any other country, but the thing I like is that Stefania she did good, and now they're doing something totally different. It's not like let's do that again. It's
yeah.
It's like they're sending a ballot, something a total different vibe,
Right.
which I
right.
really like.
Yeah, that's what I like. You know, to see in Eurovision, like seeing different things from different countries, not the same thing. Like for example, Cyprus, they have a recipe that they follow every year, and I would love to see something else for a change. And Sweden as well, something more genuine, something more experimental.
I think Cyprus might do something different this year.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
why, but I've seen some things that maybe I try to attach them together, and they're stupid rumors, and I believe them.
Detective Toni is on the case.
But I think there will be, I think they will be doing something good as well, something different maybe. I hope so, but we'll see. Yeah.
So the two other countries that I'm excited about are Germany, because there is an entry entry that I am really excited. I hope they so there's somebody mentioned that I'm excited for German entry. Okay, yeah, Eskimo Callboy is what I'm excited about. I'm hoping that will go. That's so like funny, interesting entry, but also a good, fun song to listen to. And the other country I'm interested in is Switzerland, because of course, after 2 years of John Steers, like I'm wondering how they're gonna, what they're gonna follow with, you know, how do you move on after John Steers?
How do you move on?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
John Steers goes every year for Switzerland, and Sandra's like,
how
I don't need to hear it.
Like this year, I was like, how do I even do Eurovision anymore without him? Like, it's like I have a grieving period. Like, how do I even have a Eurovision without him? Like, I don't know. Like, is there Eurovision after John Steers?
No, it's cancelled. It's over. You know, on Friday I was with there was a big group of Irish fans together to watch our national selection, and we were just, you know, like this, we were just talking to each other for a while after, and I asked my friends, I said, you know, random question, but you know, of all the 2021 participants, who can you definitely see returning to Eurovision, like, and soon? And a lot of people thought Jean Steers. A lot of them said, I can see him coming back. He nearly won. He might want to come back. If he has the right song, he might think this could win, and he might want to come back. So I think we should keep an eye on him, you know? I think...
Yeah, like Mahmoud, you know? Like, I didn't think he would come back, and he did.
There you go.
There's always hope. There you go. There's always hope.
Always hope. And speaking of hope, someone's asking rumors about the UK. There are so many rumors about the UK. I could write a book.
Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. Like, do you know anything? Like
Chelsea, wasn't it?
No. Did you see that, Toni? Did you see what happened there? Oh, yeah. Some radio station in the UK, on a random Thursday morning, the presenter announced that this artist Chelsea Grimes is going to represent them, but like it came out of nowhere, and all the fans were super confused. And it's not a BBC radio station; it would be like a rival station. So there was a lot of confusion, being like, is this a rumor? Is this like, did she announce that by accident?
Yeah.
She said it really casually, so it wasn't like announced at all. She was just like, oh, Chelsea Grimes is going to Eurovision. So
it was so weird.
It seems like it was bad research, and maybe somebody just, because there was kind of articles last year like, oh, Chelsea Grimes might go for the UK sometime. So maybe it was just bad research. Somebody found an article and just said it. But like that exact thing has happened in Ireland before. That happened to us in, was it 2019? Some random radio station here announced it was a girl called Janet Devlin, and it just wasn't. Like it just was a random headline that the presenter had read. So listen, this is the current climate that the Ireland and UK face. But I hope, like, I mean, I have a tiny bit of hope for these Tap Records guys. I mean, look, they're not going to send Dua Lipa. Like, Dua Lipa is the leading name. They keep saying Dua Lipa's the Tap Records. They're not going to send Dua Lipa. But or Lana Del Rey. That's the other one people keep saying.
Oh God.
But not a chance. But like, hopefully they'll just send someone cool, someone interesting, because the UK has lots of amazing artists. And I think the fact that we're sending Brooke, if Ireland and UK could both send something decent, and like we both do okay, that might give both countries a bit of a kick to be like, come on, like if we just change our attitude a little bit, we can do well. But so far it's only rumors about the UK. It's nothing confirmed. Camilla's asking, did we like Brividi? Go back and watch the whole hangout. Short answer, yes. Yes. Well, guys, I think that's all we have time for tonight. I know we could probably talk about Sanremo all night. But yeah, there's a lot to look forward to, and we will be back with you next week to discuss some more national selections. We've got a couple of Super Saturdays coming up. We'll have Norway deciding pretty soon, Finland pretty soon. So there's a lot to get excited for, right?
Definitely.
Really, yeah.
We will see you all next week, guys, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.